the deal, my people? You know who it is, the Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one, and this one is Game of Thrones Season 6 is fastly approaching, and it seems that the episode titles have been released, or at least one confirmed by HBO, and 2 have been leaked. Now, this site that has exposed this leak got the episode titles right last year, and I'll have a link in the description box to that site. So what I'm going to do now here is go through these episode titles and tell you my first thoughts of what I think is going to take place due to the title of these episodes. The Red Woman, and that has been confirmed by HBO, and it says Jon Snow is dead, Daenerys meets a strong man, Cersei sees her daughter again. As I said before in the past, I don't really like first episodes because I think they're pretty predictable. But as we can see, I think we're going to start off with Jon Snow and the Night's Watch. I think a lot of the stuff in the North is going to be the stuff that happens earlier in the season. And then the things that happen with Cersei are going to be the things that happen later in the season. And the reason why I feel like this is because when we see that picture of Mace Tyrell on the horse, and yes, I think it's Mace now because he does have a big belly and a humongous feather on his head, he is in Bravo. So in order for him to come back, it has to be later in the season. So I think all the shots we get with Cersei and the mountain and all that death that we see and destruction, that's going to be later on in the season. And I think everything else in the North will happen early. Storyline, it's pretty easy to tell. I mean, we know she's going to be taken back to the place Thrak, and she's going to be a part of the Dash Colleen. They're not going to rape her. They're not going to beat her up. Eventually, Drogon's going to come and save her. The man, I guess, that she's going to meet is most likely the head cow that's there. So nothing special there, but that's what I think about Episode 1, The Red Woman. Well, let's go on to Episode 2. Now, the next episode title, and remember, this is leaked, but this site leaked them last year, and they got them all right. So, the next episode title is rumored to be called Home. Home could mean so many different things. I mean, we got the last episode with Jaime and Cersei. We got Jaime's homecoming to Cersei. We got Marcella's homecoming to Cersei. That was the last episode. So this episode, I would have to assume that it's probably more on lines dealing with Sansa, Theon, that whole situation. Her escaping her home of Winterfell, trying to reclaim her home. Theon never really has a home of the Iron Islands or with the Starks, and maybe sacrificing himself for Sansa to get away. But we do see that Alfie Allen, the guy who played Theon, did spill the beans about a situation that happens with her and Brienne, and it goes like this. In fact, he doesn't lead them away, because they see Sansa anyway, and then Gwendolyn Christie turns up as Brienne of Tarth and smashes everyone to shit. Dan Portman there, Pod, and then Pod ends up having a fight with this guy, and Theon stabs the guy in the back with his sword. Then he goes on to say how he thinks that Theon feels good about killing someone because he hasn't killed someone in a long time. So I would think that it would mean something like that. I mean, I could think of a couple of other situations. The show is involved around home. I mean, Arya is involved around home. Dany is involved around home. So it could be a billion different things, but I'm going to go with that. And now we get to the last and the third episode title. But before I say that, I will say that yes, I do think that this is a correct title. I think that they got this one right. The title that we get to is called Oathbreaker. And this title could mean a million different things. I mean, Dany can be considered an oathbreaker. She married a cow, and in their religion, when your husband dies, you have to go back to the Dash Colleen. She didn't want to, so she's kind of an oathbreaker. It could be Brienne, who has an oath to Catelyn, who have an oath to Jaime. It could be a hint towards Lady Stoneheart. It could be the Night's Watchmen, who broke their vows and usurped their own Lord Commander. So Oathbreaker could mean a billion different things, and I think it does, and I think it's a pretty good title. And I agree that this title does go along with the show, and I think that it is going to be a part of the show. So, tell me what you think. Do you think that these titles are real, or do you think they're bullshit? Let me know, drop it in the comments. So, if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace! And stay sexy.